Hey guys! For those who don't know me, my name's Jasmine. I'm a qualified counsellor and an all-round awesome person, and I'm going through the next big stage of my life, which is weight loss surgery. And this month marks month 4 since tinkering day, and quite a bit has happened. For one, I have lost quite a bit of hair. For 2, I've started going to the gym, finally. And 3, something that I wasn't expecting, I gained weight. But before I go into those things in a bit more detail, as always, here's my statistics. So first things first, which tends to happen with quite a few people around this stage of post-tinkering, is hair loss. Now I know it may not exactly look like it because, you know, my hair's all curly and it's relatively thick and I tend to have a lot of it, but I've noticed bigger and bigger clumps of hair falling out, particularly in this last month, although I've been losing hair since January. So I've tried all the different tonics out there, all the regain hair growth serums, all the shampoos and conditioners that promise hair growth, but so far nothing's working. I've even tried some of those more obscure measures, I guess, like washing my hair with coffee, and still nothing. So I went out in search for information as to why this might be the case. Now, as many of us understand, it is due to a nutrition loss in that you're not taking in as much nutrients as what you did, say, pre-tinkering, but because of that, the body's using the nutrients that you do take in towards the more essential aspects. So all the optional things within the body, like hair growth and skin retention and nail growth, tends to go to the wayside, put on the back burner for a while. And that's great and all, until you notice when you're putting your hair up that you're getting bald spots. So I went looking around for research into this as to what we can do perhaps to reduce this, prevent it, things like that. So I found this YouTube webinar from 3 different bariatric surgeons. I'll link it in the description below, but I believe it's the second one mentioned how we need to add more protein in order for it to happen. That's the only reason, supposedly, why this is the case. So it's suggesting my hair, skin and nails multivitamin isn't going to work. But the issue there becomes, how can I go and add more protein to my diet? I already go and put the most protein that I can every meal I have. I go and add flavorless protein to every bottle of water I drink, and yet it's still not enough. I mean, in a way, I know it is kind of unavoidable, and yes, I'm going to lose some hair because when you compare pre-tinkering to post-tinkering, I'm definitely eating a lot less, so a lot less nutrients comes in, but to the point where I'm seeing bald spots on my head, I didn't think it was going to be that bad. So I had been toying with the idea of doing the whole be brave and shave thing, and shaving my head, and then getting a wig for 12 months or so while my hair grows back. And I thought, even as I lose the hair, baby hairs are starting to grow back anyway. I mean, I don't know if you can see it in here, but I've got a halo, if you will, of baby hairs just sticking up because they just won't sit down. It's a sign to me that, yeah, it's gonna grow back. I did the research on even shaving my head and how long it would take for my hair to grow back to this length, and it was going to be 2 years. And I thought, that's a bit too long. So I'm not going to do that, I'm afraid. But I did think, well, maybe the wig idea isn't so bad. So at this point in this whole scenario, I am potentially looking at a couple of wigs, wearing those so that my hair doesn't fall out all over my brightly coloured tops and stuff, and I don't have the embarrassment of patting my hair, and I mean, look at that, seeing hair fall out. If anybody has any other ideas about what I could do, feel free to drop a comment. The second big thing that happened this month is I finally joined a gym, and I've started exercising at that gym. Now, I intended to start the gym in January, but I didn't because there wasn't any good deals going on at the gyms close to me. So I decided to write out a bit of a list of what I felt I needed from a gym, and at least have a look at the gyms in my area, go and visit, have a tour with them, stuff like that, so I can make a decision once the deals start coming in. So the first thing I wanted in a gym, aside from it being local and, you know, having a good deal and stuff, was to be of a decent size, but not have a ton of members that go in at the time that I intend to go in. Being someone who works 9 to 5, I would probably go straight after work. So maybe around anywhere between 5:30 and 6:30, depending on where I'm working. And with that, for many gyms, it's the busiest time of the day because everybody's going there after work, right? In previous times, I've gone to gyms before and come after work, everybody's on a machine. And I would either be stuck doing functional fitness routines or spending most of my time on a treadmill or a bike. And if that's the case, then I might as well just do this stuff at home. The other big thing that I was kind of looking for in a gym, which was more of a bonus for me, if anything, was to have a personal trainer there that has experience working with bariatric patients. The reason why I was looking for this in particular was because many fitness and exercise and sport related courses that you would find at TAFE and some of those vocational colleges as well don't necessarily have modules or parts of modules based on the differences between what would be considered a typical client and a bariatric patient coming in as a potential client. One PT turned to me and said, while we don't have anybody with experience as such, we would do the research, so we have some idea as to how to train you. And don't get me wrong, I was really considering that gym until I found about a week later that there was another gym close by who was able to give me $200 off their sign-up fee, and they also included the first month for free and a couple of extra goodies, as well as a free personal trainer session with someone who's worked with a few other bariatric patients before. And I thought, yes, it ticked all my other boxes, it had a decent weekly fee, so I signed up. And within the week, I was starting off at the gym. So I thought everything with this month was going to be fine. Aside from losing my hair, I was still going to the gym, I was working out, I was feeling stronger, more capable, I was losing weight at the same rate that I was previously, until last week when the unthinkable happened. I gained weight. That's right, I gained weight. A whole 350 grams. Safe to say I am not impressed. And like I did in previous videos in relation to stalling, first thing I felt I had to do was research into why. So here I am looking through any articles I can find, any research papers I can find, any of that stuff, and nothing. Don't get me wrong, I found reasons as to why you might be gaining weight 12 months, 2 years, 4 years down the track, but not 4 months. So I went through my eating habits, my dieting, stuff like that to see if I can find a cause for it. Well, I hadn't eaten anything weird. I hadn't overeaten. I mean, I did have one extra portion of rice because it was Chinese New Year, but I still worked that off. Then I went to my water intake. Well, if anything, I'm drinking more water than I had previously because I'm working out at the gym. And I'll be drinking an extra 650 mils or so on top of what I was already drinking during my 9 to 5 job. But then I thought, maybe you're losing fat and gaining muscle. I mean, you are going to the gym more, but does that really happen after 3 weeks of going to the gym? I don't think that's the main cause of all this. So I was still left empty-handed. But then I found an article, and once again I'll link it in the description, that suggests that because fat in our body isn't soluble, it needs to convert to glycogen, which is soluble and therefore easier to burn. The issue there is that to convert the fat to glycogen, it takes about 8 litres of water or something. So what your body could be doing is storing water, retaining that water to convert the fat to glycogen so that it can burn it. Which I guess makes sense. I mean, I'm no body expert or anything like that, but it sounds right. I couldn't find any other bits of information to suggest or confirm that that's the case. So definitely something I'll be looking into more, but feel free to read the article and decide for yourself. So that's what's been happening for me. A lot has happened for me this month, taken on the gym and everything else, but there's a lot more questions to be answered in terms of options for hair loss and why I gained 350 grams, but hey, this is the ride I signed up for, right? So I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope you liked it. If you like these videos so far, please do not forget to like this video, share it to your friends if you want, and subscribe. I really do appreciate everybody who has so far. You guys are awesome. And even for watching, don't forget you guys are still awesome, in case no one's told you today. So I'm going to go and take in some more water because it feels like it's a particularly warm day today. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.